Here we have the new 2022 Cadillac XT5. And this one comes in the luxury trim level on that beautiful infrared tint coat. And then the interior consists of black leather. And I finally got my hands on a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, made it to a 9-speed automatic transmission. So as we get to the front end here, we have our LED daytime running lights, headlamps, as well as our fog lights there. And down here we have 18-inch aluminum wheels. We have passive keyless entry on all 4 doors. And here we have the controls for power door locks, windows and mirrors, power hatch button. And then we have that Bose sound system. There's our electronic parking brake. And then we have our power driver's seat. Now to the rear seat. Gonna hop in here. So that's the leg room there. It doesn't look like I can scoot the seat back anymore, but I do have the seat quite a bit back, so I can scoot it up a little bit and fit another adult behind here. But I'm 6'3", and that's kind of how I'm looking there, with providing myself extra room. But we do have rear AC vents here. And there's a view of the front from back here. And there we have our center seat with the cup holders. But now on to the cargo space next. Ooh. And there's our back end there with the dual exhaust, LED tail lamps. And there's our trunk space there. And then to fold the seats down, these will fold flat. You just pull up here when the seat's up far enough, and then you can just snap it back into place. And here we have our power passenger seat. So let's go ahead and take a look at this 2-liter under the hood. And there's that 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. Let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So nice leather wrapped steering wheel here. And over to the radio, we have AM, FM, XM radio along with Bluetooth audio. And then we also have wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. And then we have dual zone automatic climate controls as well, which you can use from the screen or down here, along with your 3-stage heated seat controls. But I have my phone hooked up so we can go ahead and test out the sound system.
Let's go. Look at that, come alive. Anything is possible. They try to copy us, but I am a
So really hard hitting bass, sounds really good, very clear, and very in your face. So, and here's a shifter here, so you can hit this button here, press up for reverse, and then tap down for drive, tap up for neutral, and then press P for park. And I like how they kind of did away with you having to push it up and to the left. It's a lot easier. But you have your volume knob here. You can kind of go through with this big knob here, and then kind of click and do all that stuff. And then you have a home button, back button, all that there. And then you have your traction control, and then your modes, your drive modes. You have Tour, Sport, then you have Snow and Ice. And for your center console, pretty good space there. Then you have a USB-C SD card reader, then a USB port. And there's a view of the back seat from up here. Here is the glove compartment with the owner's manuals. To the left side of the steering wheel, we have cruise controls, Bluetooth controls, then we have our forward collision gap adjust as well as our lane departure. And then we have trackless radio station controls here, volume controls here, and then of course we can go through our gauge cluster using this here. And then we have paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. Here's our push button start. And finally, here's our key fob with remote start. And next, we're gonna go ahead and take this 2022 Cadillac XT5 Luxury out on the road for a quick test drive. So right off the bat, really crisp and clean shifts from the 9-speed. So a really smooth ride so far, which is what you'd expect from a Cadillac. And actually really good acoustics in the cabin in terms of wind noise. And I really like the lane departure as well. I can feel it kind of trying to tug me to keep me away from the lines there. Put in a sport mode. So really nice. In sport mode, it actually didn't shift when I would have expected it. It just kind of let the turbo do its thing, which was really nice. And then we're gonna give it a little throttle here. And it's been a long time coming with this powertrain. I wish they would have made it more prevalent in the earlier years, because you're getting 22 up to 30 miles a gallon on the highway with this 2-liter, as opposed to getting 18, 27 with the V6. And don't get me wrong, my mother has I think it's an 18 XT5 with the V6, and on road trips that'll get you around 28, 29 miles a gallon if you drive like you're supposed to. But it's just nice to have a turbo option, especially for people who like to accelerate. Just a more sporty feel in my opinion. But one thing that hasn't changed is the ride is still really smooth for the segment. And the seats are actually really comfortable. I noticed that this one didn't have power lumbar support, but still the seats are made really nice, really high quality. At least from my initial test here. But this will bring me to the end of my review of the 2022 Cadillac XT5 Luxury with a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder.